Hi, everyone. Welcome to Club Rats. My name is John.
Faraz?
What's up, guys? I'm Jesiah.
We're just finishing up here game two of the second round. Knicks at home against Philly. They're up 107-102. Miles McBride's at the line to close the game out.
No Joel Embiid.
No Embiid. He's out, injured.
Knicks were what, a -10?
Minus 10. This is a much more competitive game than game one.
Yeah, they announced a crazy stat is that there are more lead changes and ties in this game than any playoff game in the last 13 years. So
Crazy fun fact.
pretty tightly contested.
He missed
game.
it.
Oh, I mean, the Knicks are the Knicks are known for
They gotta score here though.
safely
He's got to hit that. No, they're done. Knicks are going to win this game.
I am drinking the Knicks Kool-Aid. I think they are going to win the East.
I have them as the favorite to win the East too.
I do not.
Why don't you believe in yourself?
I mean, we saw it last year.
Yeah, I mean, until it's 0-0 and they've won the game, you cannot. This is a team. I was thinking about this. They haven't won the championship since 1972. Philly hasn't won a championship. 73?
Yeah.
73. Philly hasn't won a title since 1981-82 season.
Something around
82-83.
around early.
It was
80s.
Moses Malone. It's a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Pistons haven't won a title since 04.
I mean, since within the century at least.
It's still 22 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's the
It's
time adds up.
it goes fast. And what's the other team in the East that's left?
Cleveland.
So
10 years.
They're the most recent champion of the remaining four. Right now we got the game two, which I think is a must-win for the Spurs. They're down 1-0, lost game one at home. Champaign had a chance at a game winner at the buzzer.
Julian Champagny.
Champagny. He just missed it. Wemby was...
He had a good look. My problem with that shot, they had the timeout.
I thought the guy who got... I don't know if it was... I think it was Box.
Probably was.
Whoever got the rebound hesitated just a second, and it forced the jump shooter to kind of rush it a little bit. If he had like a half second more, I think they win the. I think
He probably
might have
had
made it.
stakes. They were expecting a timeout there. Spurs do have a young coach, obviously, so it could be some learning curves there. Wemby, we said he had a bad game, 5 for 17, but hey, triple-double with 12 blocks.
NBA record.
Most in a playoff game since 73,
But there
74.
were 5 goaltends. I mean, it's still a remarkable
And they
stat
still
anyway.
won.
Yeah.
I do give the Wolves credit for kind of going.
Oh!
Christ. Every game.
Wembanyama just did a one-hand
Falling down shot.
tip and one.
Every game he does
Already.
something. It's like, we've never seen this before. Anyway, what I'm saying was I give the Wolves credit for kind of going at Wemby. You know? I do think that wore Wemby out the longer the game went on. And I think by the fourth quarter, that's why he was missing the shots he was missing.
Yeah,
The Wolves went at him.
I was impressed with the Wolves' poise, and even though he was blocking shots and affecting shots,
They still kept going at him.
They still went at him, and I thought Randall was great down the stretch of the game.
Besides the last shot attempt.
I thought he played well. Ant didn't. I mean, if you listen to him at the end of the game, he was not great. Hit a bad turnover.
But he is playing hurt.
Playing on one leg.
And he came off the bench.
And he's coming off the bench again, looks like. So
I thought it was very, like... I don't know if I would say humble, but it's cool for him to still play.
Oh.
And he's hurt. You don't really see that in modern NBA anymore.
No, I
Guys
give it to him.
playing hurt.
He's going for it. I give it to him.
well, this is the time of year you play hurt.
Both teams played hard. Castle fouled out in that game too.
Yeah.
Which was huge, I thought.
Oh, fun fact. Terrence Shannon Jr. on the Wolves, he has a Grand Theft Auto G code on his arm for infinite ammo. It's pretty dope.
It's a terrible tattoo.
It's pretty sick. It's like up, down, left, right, X square, up, down, left, right.
McDaniels has been playing amazing for the T-Wolves. I thought
Ever since he started,
He's playing great.
talking crap to the Nuggets, he's backed it up.
Yeah, it's like what Edwards said a few years ago when they were playing the Suns, or I shouldn't say a few years ago. Last year they were playing the Suns, and they were like, they got KD, and he was like, well, we got Jaden McDaniels.
I mean,
He's been balling, man.
he has.
And also, but outside of Wemby, they are running kind of a small lineup. Their 4 is Champagny. He's only 6'7", maybe 6'6". But yeah, he's been balling. Spurs are a -10 this game, so I'm kind of shocked the spread's that high when the Wolves just won. I would think it would be maybe 6.5. But it should be a good.
Oh
my God!
Jeez, that was just crazy. I don't even know what he was doing.
I am wearing a Spurs jersey. Shout out Stephon Castle.
You're no longer a Celtics fan?
I appreciate Stephon Castle as a player.
What did happen to the Celtics? Why aren't you a Celtics fan anymore?
That's a bad shot.
I wouldn't say I'm not a fan anymore. I just want good basketball right now.
But why can't the Celtics give that to you? That's so weird.
Well, they're not in the playoffs anymore.
I
don't know if you saw that.
What are they? What
happened?
They're 3-1, and what happened?
I thought they had already won the series.
I thought that they're 32-0, right? And when leading the 3-1, something like that, right? So this is their first loss in history.
Oh, darn.
32-0 in that spot.
Yeah. Would I have thought?
And the Sixers were also winless in that spot. They had never won.
And
they'd never beat the Celtics, or haven't been the Celtics since
the 80s.
Just to show how crazy this has been, the Pistons were 10 days ago. The Pistons were like a joke. They're down 3-1, and Boston's up 3-1, and Boston's going to the finals. Now Boston's out of the playoffs, and the Pistons. I think the Knicks are the favorite, but I want to see that series versus the Pistons. I think that'll be a war if that happens. Even or if the Cavs make it too. I don't think it's automatic. The Knicks win against either of those teams.
Not at all. I mean, we did a repeat of last year. After the Knicks took out Boston, the presumptive favorite in the East, if not the NBA. It was just like, okay, well, they're going to be heading to the NBA Finals, and
you guys manhandled us like it was crazy. And we killed you guys in the regular season, so that's why we thought it was going to go 5 at worst 6 Celtics, but it went from that to then Knicks winning in 6, right? It went 6 or 5.
Knicks last
6.
year, Knicks won 6. Yeah.
Anyway, back to Boston losing, right? No Tatum. It's hard to win a Game 7 without your star player. Jaylen Brown has been playing great, but you do see the crack in the team. Like they had missing pieces. There was a reason why this team, as a lot of people said, was a gap year.
What do you feel about? I mean, how did you feel about the rotations, or like the lineup?
Oh, the starting lineup.
Yeah, the starting lineup controversy.
One thing I'll say: they had 3 starters did not score a point in the game.
Well, I mean they're out there for the the hustle and the intangibles, the stuff that doesn't.
I think that was a bad move by Mazzulla. I don't know about that.
I see why Mazzulla did that in Game 6. That was their energy guys. But funny enough, they didn't play all at the same time. But those were the energy guys given great minutes in that Game 6.
Who should have started, or could have?
I mean, you could have.
I'd say
I would have still kept Keita in, and that's
especially against Embiid because I feel like
Keita still played great.
Boston was small.
Keita had his best game in that Game 7, but he was getting played off the floor the previous 6 games. He did not have a good series. Going Luka Garza, weird, but Garza's been having a decent year. I wouldn't have started him there because he is already an undersized big as is. You're playing him against a former MVP, and he's been playing amazing this series.
That's a tough ask.
Yeah, that's the thing that really isn't kind of. I mean, it is commented on a little bit, but Embiid didn't play for the first
3 games.
3 games.
Yeah.
And then when he comes back, he's not only back, but he's like back. Like
Mostly
for
the
what
first
you
game
think.
he came back, Celtics still won that game. He
Correct.
didn't look great. I thought he slowed down the offense a lot. It looked like it took the Sixers players a minute to kind of get acquainted with him. They were like, oh yeah, we got a 7-1 slow-footed guy down there. But then we saw the next game, they ended up winning. Then they won the series.
Going into the Knicks-Sixers series, I felt like that was one, it was going to be largely contingent on what Embiid shows up, if Embiid shows up at all.
Yeah.
If it's the Embiid that showed up in the Celtics series, I felt like it could go 7 games, and this could be Philly advancing to the Eastern Conference Final. Because when Embiid's on, he's the best player on the floor. So, he's better. Embiid at his peak is still better than Cat or Brunson. So I feel like, the Knicks are probably, even though it was a closer game today, they're still in a better position to win the series if Embiid is not.
Them going up 2-0 is huge. I mean,
yeah.
If they blow the next 2 games, you still have Game 5 in New York. You got to like the Knicks right now. Now, what I'll say, just that we talked about Boston, these series can flip in a blink of an eye. In a second. Yeah. You could lose momentum, and you can't get it back, and it's
kind of crazy that there were 2 3-1 leads blown.
Yes.
In the last round.
I was just going to say, I think the seeding is
there's a little bit of an asterisk.
Well, the seeding, I don't want to say it's irrelevant, but I feel like it kind of is. The matchups are huge. Yeah. And the health of your team. We didn't bring it up in the game 7. And if I was a Celtic person right now, I would just say this and you don't want to Jesus.
My God. I thought he was going to make that too.
You don't want to overreact. The Celtics didn't have Tatum in Game 7. Yeah. That was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a massive...
We lost a rebounder.
If he plays, they probably
win
the game. You don't have... They had... What's the guy's name? Shireman.
Shireman's been playing great. So I
Jason Tatum
I would have still started him there. See, I had a problem...
And they had Hauser back. How could they have lost?
I know. They got Hauser. They had him. Yeah. He just wasn't enough.
So my problem with the starting lineup was, as experimental as the season was with these role player bench guys... Missoula's never ran that 5 lineup. That's never happened. And I'm all for
I think he went a little too much.
What?
I think he went a little too overboard.
Yeah. A little bit too much, yeah. I mean, still, they started, but they didn't play much. Like, Keita came in 4 minutes into the game, But...
at the same time, I don't know if you could get that upset about it because...
No, I'm not that upset about it.
In reality, Philly did everything possible to lose that game. That was like the Celtics.
We were one Peyton Pritchard corner 3 away from winning the game.
I mean, every time it was coming down, the Celtics came on the floor. I was like, all right, this is when the Celtics, take back the lead and close out the game. And at that moment, just never happened because the Sixers were. I mean, I think they had 2 field goals in the entire fourth quarter up until...
They turned the ball over.
Yeah, they were turning the ball over. Maybe in the last minute and a half, that's when Maxey had a few layups that put the game out of reach.
Yeah, the game's a lot closer than the 8-point game. It ended up being 8 or 9, right?
Yeah. It was still very much in doubt, with a minute and a half left.
The Celtics just didn't... What I don't like about Boston, if I was going to be critical of them as a fan of basketball, they are the definition of live and die by the three. When they're hitting threes, they look amazing. The world's great. There's rainbows and sunshines. And then when they don't, they just keep doing it. And then they'll say, well, that's analytics. But it's like, I mean, and that's fine. I'm a 3-point shooter. But I just felt like in that game, because I thought Philly was choking, just get a basket, draw a foul, put the pressure on Philly, especially in Boston. How many times over the course of history have we seen Boston win home games late in playoff series? It happens all the time. I would have kept doing that. Brown could have kept going to the basket. I don't know. They lived and died by the 3, and it caught up with them.
We won, 2 years ago because we did have an inside presence, even though he's not a dominant dunking big. Porzingis running that pick and roll or pick and pop, depending on what coverage was happening, but we had a constant bailout, and we didn't see that one-dimensional style of Celtics ball that we have seen outside of that one solo championship year. And the year we lost to the Warriors, it was live and die by the 3-2, but we were hot that year up until the finals. The last 4 games, because we ended up getting reverse swept.
To be fair, in that with how their team was, with the injuries, and with who they had available, I don't think it's bad. When you're the underdog or without your best player, it's not a bad strategy to take threes, but just in that moment of the game, I feel like you got to put the pressure back on Philly. Philly is not a clutch team.
Oh, they were no, and in that game they were definitely not clutch.
I mean, you saw tonight. Yeah, Paul George, the Knicks missed a free throw,
ran into Grimes.
He throws a bad pass, gets the ball back, and just took a horrible 3 air ball out of bounds.
Grimes was even guarding him on that 3-point.
Yeah, that's what happened. He ran into his own teammate and he threw up the shot.
That easily could have happened in Boston.
Also, Celtics role players played bad all series long. Like, we usually get a Derek White game.
White had a really bad series.
Like, up until Game 7, Andre Drummond hit almost as many threes as Derek White.
Wow.
That's a bad stat.
Up until Game 7, I believe the stat was Derek White hit 11 threes for the series. Andre Drummond hit 10, which is kind of crazy. And that's almost a series there. Quentin Grimes had a game. Grimes hit 4 threes in the fourth quarter. I think that was Game 5. That was during the choke comeback. But I'm not buying too much stock into blowing the whole team up.
I want to ask you, Jesiah, as a Celtic fan, what do you think of the whole Jaylen Brown? I thought for a guy who comes off as tries to be intelligent and is somewhat aware of.
So he's one of the more thoughtful players in the NBA.
I think he's the upper echelon of intelligence in the NBA. I mean, he has a class at Harvard. that he taught.
I thought he looked bad, though, in the post-game press conference. I thought it was very...
It was sore losery type of
You blew
mentality.
a 3-1 lead.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you had every chance. You were at home, and you had the ball in your hands to make game-winning shots.
It's like Faraz's counterpoint to, like, fans blaming refs for losses, where it's like, you have plenty of chances to win. You know? Yeah. And that's almost what Brown was doing. He was blaming the refs. He was blaming Embiid for flopping, and we all know Embiid flops. He just flails and falls, but so is Shea, and that is how you get calls. But for Jaylen Brown to say, my shit don't stink, he does the same stuff. He pushes off. He puts his head back. Now, he's not as egregious as others, but he still be doing it.
Would you want to trade
him? But ultimately, it's the flopping and any of that, I don't think had any bearing on the Celtics losing that series.
They had opportunities. If Pritchard hits the 3, they win. I mean, they have a lead, at least.
Talking about refs, Jaylen Brown had that egregious push-off against Maxey when Maxey flew into Embiid. It was a no-call.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, that happens.
Yeah.
Like, you can't... That's why I always... We've had this...
You're not buying stock into the ref scandal?
No.
Extending the series, Scott
Foster?
I
believe in some of that stuff, but what I think Brown was complaining about, I didn't see anything in the game that felt suspect. Was there a call that would look bad?
Not in Game 7. Really. In Game 6, Brown got called for 2 offensive fouls that were push-offs. And then literally on the other end, Paul George did the same exact thing the next play and didn't get that call. So I think I saw more of the bad calls in Game 6. Game 7, I didn't really see a problem with the calls. I do think it's a sore loser mentality. I know after our games that we lost, even in rec leagues, we try to blame everyone but ourselves. Yeah. And I think that's what it is. You're in the heat of the moment. Your adrenaline's pumping. We lose a close game by 3 points, 1 turnover less, 1 more made shot, box out. You win that game, right? But instead you want to blame the refs.
And you never, I mean, the underlying thing is, you don't want to find fault in your own performance, and you don't want to give credit to the other side. You want to be able to say that there was some outside reason why.
It can't be we lost.
Yeah, we just lost.
Yeah.
And it's like, if it was
sometimes
one
you lose.
game, if it's one game, and it's like, okay, if you're complaining about the refs, I still think it's loser, but like, I get it. You know, like, one game is one game. But if you're saying that after blowing a 3-1 lead,
it was all the refs.
It's like, come on, man.
There was a play in that, I think it was Game 7. Brown had the ball at the top of the key with 2 guys coming towards him, but he had his head down, not looking at the court. Keita dove to the basket.
Oh, yeah.
All he had to do was just literally throw the ball up in the air. He would have caught it and dunked it.
But that was the wide open 3 Pritchard got. Jaylen Brown went on his stream.
But my point, take the dunk. Put the pressure. I mean, if you can get a dunk, I'm taking a dunk over a 3. It's an easier shot.
In theory. The way Keita was playing for the series, I understand Brown's...
He doesn't see the floor, though. He puts his head down.
I understand how reluctant Brown was. And he still created an open shot, but this is why we need Tatum back. Tatum is the playmaker. Brown's the go get a bucket, go take it to the defense type of player. We need both of them. And I'm a Celtics fan. I'm probably the few people that don't want to see it blown up. I want to keep Jaylen and Tatum.
I wouldn't
blow it up. I mean, this was supposed to be this like the joke was. It's supposed to be a gap year, and it's just like you had Tatum for 15% of the season, and you didn't have him in the most important game of the year. It's like, I don't know how can you say that's a poor reflection of the team. The team overachieved, and they did really well.
Yeah. The Celtics fans on Twitter are going nuts. They're saying it is time to trade one of them. And now T-Mac, that's apparently a close friend of Brown all of a sudden, is saying, I got word that there's some problems in Boston, and Brown
what's his problem with? Who?
We don't know. T-Mac just said, like, there's some problems. So T-Mac is an inside source now. I do think T-Mac might be playing into that media role a little bit for clicks. Because I don't know how close they really are, but also Brad Stevens, because he got word of it. He says, if anybody wants to have a talk, my door is always open.
I think the reason too is there's, I think trying to find meaning in certain things is that Jaylen Brown is saying when he's saying that this was the most fun he's had playing basketball in his career.
That was a weird comment.
This was his favorite year playing basketball. It's like, that's weird. You guys would have.
That was a red flag.
And you blew a 3-1 lead.
And you blew a 3-1 lead. Yeah, and you just
that was. He did not look good in that press conference all the way around.
But I mean, hypothetically, even if the Celtics were, which I don't think they're going to be reactionary.
He's still one of their major assets. You're not just going to get rid of him for nothing.
And like, even if they were to go down that road, it's like, what would you feasibly try to get that would be like
Giannis trade, maybe?
That is probably, I guess, the only
It's possible.
It's possible, but
so I'm just saying, a player like that, I would listen.
So the Celtics do have some players that they could package together. Obviously, Brown's making max money. You could pair him, or you could trade him to any team for their max player. Yeah. I'm not saying I want that. I love Brown. Now, the other option is between Hauser, Pritchard, and Derek White. That makes up a max contract. I think that's more likely. I don't think we move on from Derek White yet. I do think Payton Pritchard's getting traded. I think his stock is plateauing. And I think Brad Stevens, knowing how he operates, he's probably going to move on from Pritchard in the offseason.
I actually think that I feel like he's kind of a guy you hang on to because it's a hard role to sort of fill as well as he fills.
I don't know how you get better losing him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, how do you, like, he fills a pretty important role, and he's probably like in the upper echelon of that role.
And you want a title with him.
Yeah, that might.
He did say something in the post-conference saying, essentially, I think Billy said on his podcast, something along the lines of the growth of the bench young players like Shireman, like Jordan Walsh, like Kada. This is why them making the playoffs and being a 2 seed and fighting to win games isn't the worst thing. They weren't trying to tank. They weren't trying to have this be a gap year. The experience that they got compared to, say, the tanking Nets or the tanking Wizards, right? Like, these young players were actually able to grow and play meaningful games.
I agree 100%.
And Payton Pritchard says something along those lines, like, this is the year they'll be talking about when we win another championship.
The only thing I will say about that, though, and you can't say this, God, it's a terrible pass. You cannot say this in all these drafts. I do think this is the draft, though, you'd want to tank in. There's a big amount of talent.
A lot of talent.
In this this is a good draft.
Well, I feel like that's a natural segue into talking about the proposed draft lottery.
Oh, yes.
Explain it, like, because it's the NBA. I think if you want to talk about something rigged, I think the NBA lottery. I don't trust it for a second.
I don't think it's rigged. I don't think it's rigged.
And the reason Cavs, the greatest player of all time, or whatever you would say, Michael Jordan's better. LeBron's the second greatest of all time. He's from Akron. Who gets the number one pick? The Cavs. I mean, there's many instances of things happening.
Okay, the Cavs were
when they lose LeBron, they get the number one. They can get Kyrie. When LeBron comes back, they get the number one pick. I mean, there was.
Oh, hey,
Patrick Ewing.
What about the Pelicans? The Pelicans were looking for an
new franchise. They get the number one pick. We trade Flag.
I don't know. As a Knicks fan,
Luka, we get Flag.
Okay, as a Knicks fan, the Knicks have been horrible.
I buy more into the draft being rigged than the officials.
The Knicks have been horrible for decades. Generally speaking. You know how many
times... You can count on them being bad. That's true. Or not winning.
Yeah, do you know how bad I wish the lottery was rigged?
So it's not rigged when you guys got Ewing?
That's the quintessential. They pointed
that out. But that happened a million years
ago. And the thing is that could have been rigged. And as great as Patrick Ewing was, he's all-time great.
This is not Wemby. This is not LeBron.
Ewing did not live up to probably the hype of what he was in college.
Yeah.
Like when he was coming out of high school, he was
the Wilts, the Kareem.
He was supposed to be that, like a Shaq type.
Yeah.
And
prior to Shaq, but yeah.
In college, he made 3 Final Fours out of 4 years, I believe, or out of 3 years. Yeah. He only won 1 title, but he was legit. I mean, he blocked everything.
Yeah.
Like
Wemby.
But I mean, okay, so
violent though.
As the drafts that I remember really kind of lucidly were chiefly 2002 is a perfect example. That's a Yao Ming draft. So I'm like, I'm going on the message boards at the time, and I'm just like, oh man, the Knicks have this in the bag. The largest Asian community
if you were going to fix
Bay Area. It's like the Knicks are the NBA is going to fix.
What does New York have? The third biggest Chinatown?
Yeah, I was like, it's a huge
second,
it's a huge San Francisco market. It's like, you get all the Chinese view. Yes. This is a match made in heaven.
He goes to Houston.
And the Knicks get the 7th. They get the 7th pick, which they promptly trade for Antonio McDyess, who blows out his knee in the preseason.
Another one I'll say that because
then LeBron the next year,
but even
then Zion years later. It's just every time I wish it was rigged. It just is like, it's not.
If you were going to rig one too, I thought the league should have rigged it for the Celtics to get Duncan. He goes to San Antonio. Which is an awful market.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
compared to Boston. I mean, if you were going to rig it,
100%.
Also, it not being rigged for the Knicks, it might be because the Knicks sell out their arena anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole thing is you want, especially if you're talking about,
Dolan might not be paying enough.
I mean, the Knicks.
He has to pay his dues.
He's really hurting for the cash.
Some of these franchises are so inept, though, too, for us.
Oh,
they're so
talking to a
poorly
Knicks
run.
fan.
I mean, they just they just can't do it.
They can't do it.
It's like
Frank Ntilikina, like y'all had some good picks, or high picks, and you just fumbled.
They were better at picking lower end picks, like in the later parts of the first round. I mean, probably
especially in the mid 2000s when you guys got like David Lee.
Lee.
You got him 29th, right?
29th. He was the last pick of the first round in that draft, 30. and they got Channing Frye and Channing Frye was a lotto pick, but Nate Robinson as well. But I mean, going back to the
Shumpert.
I sat next to the scout that was like all over Nate Robinson. And he's like, look at him, he's amazing in the summer league. And I'm like, this is the guy. When you listen to some of these scouts, like, and I'm talking like the fringe scouts, not. They see the game, and you can see how some of these franchises make bad picks. Because I'm not saying Nate Robinson wasn't a good player, but who could they have gotten instead of him? There's probably a Hall of Fame player there.
I don't know about that.
You'd be amazed, though.
That's
like one of the years they could have got Steph Curry, and they took.
No, they could. Steph Curry was taking the pick before.
Okay,
yeah.
So they didn't have an opportunity to take
Curry purposely didn't work out for the Warriors because he wanted to go to New York, and the Warriors said, "I don't care, we're still drafting.
We're still taking you." Let's get back on track here, though.
The draft lottery. The reason it's changing.
Yes, go back to
this year the tanking. I mean, it was an epidemic this year. The tanking was as bad as probably it's been ever. Really, like teams like Washington and Sacramento that are just like, nakedly tanking, that are obviously not trying to win games. And so it was going to be a problem that had to be addressed. But in my opinion, I feel like the NBA overcorrected with the proposed draft reforms. And I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but basically the gist of it is the top 3 picks, as they stand now, they have flat odds for the top, to get the top within the top 3 choices.
It's like 10% or 8%.
Yeah, but then it's the chances start lowering after that into, as you get closer to the back end of the lottery. What the proposed changes are going to do is kind of flip that on its head, and the teams in the back end of the lottery and the worst teams are going to have the same exact odds. So, like in the context of this year,
1 through 3 and like 9 through 13 would have the same odds?
I think it's like 1 through 3 and maybe
and
like
13 through
16 because they're including the play-in teams as well.
But the ones in the
ones in the middle actually have the highest odds. So you actually
that's kind of bizarre. That's really weird.
You have the highest odds to get the number 1 pick if you're 4 through.
So the Bulls,
13.
the Hornets, the Heat, they're just loving this right now.
Well, for teams in the back end of the lottery, that's amazing teams. Because like now instead of getting a 0.1, or 1% chance, you have a 8% or 4% chance or whatever the numbers are. I don't know how the numbers shake out, but it flattens it so the top of the draft or the back end of the lottery and the top end of the lottery have the same odds. It's the mushy middle,
that's odd.
So the exact percentage, the first 3 picks, is 5.4%.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
And then
goes up to 8.
And the next 7 teams have an 8.1%. Then it goes back to 5.4 for the remaining 6 teams in the lottery.
So the mushy middle they're the most at advantage, which I feel like it kind of undercuts the whole purpose of the lottery because look, it's a valid team building strategy to tear it down to the studs and to start over. And what these changes,
the NFL does that famously.
Yeah, because it's set. There is no lottery.
The Cowboys in the 90s, Jimmy Johnson had a 52 million draft picks, built his team into a dynasty. You see that happen all the time.
But I feel like it's less feasible to kind of operate with that strategy.
That's just weird. It's like you want to fall in the sweet spot. You want to be like,
you want to be mediocre,
kind of irrelevant, but not basement bad. I don't know. That is weird. I guess it's saying try to be competitive, even though you're not going to win anything. Just be middle of the road. Which if you're the Bulls, this is like it's almost like you're trying to get the Bulls back to relevancy.
And then the other new rule with that is you can't have a top 3 pick 3 years in a row. So this Spurs team would not get Stephon Castle in this draft. Or sorry, they wouldn't get Harper. They
Dylan
have
Harper.
Stephon Castle and Wembanyama, but because this new rule,
wait, is it so you can't have 3 in a row, or you can't have any more after 3?
you can't have 3 in a row. So if you
3
get
number 1 picks,
so you can have 2.
No,
top
you can't
3.
have. You can't have top 3 picks 3 years in a row.
Oh my gosh!
So if they pull the ball and it's your team, you go back in and they pull another.
That's like the Big Ten used to have a bad rule in like the 70s.
The NHL has
only go to 1 Rose Bowl in a row. Then it had to be another team.
That's a participation.
Yeah, I mean that's now that was back college
then.
Football was a mythical championship, but still this is a pro league.
Yeah.
Like
now,
NHL has a similar system in their lottery too, where it's just like you can't win it a certain number. You can't win it more than once or twice.
I honestly like the NFL draft. I think they do it the best.
Well, see, if it was the NFL draft, then the tanking would be out of control in the NBA.
But I like that you just know, okay, if I lose these games, I get this pick.
But it's also in the NFL, it's a little bit different because there are way fewer games. So the you can shift up and down the standings pretty quickly. You know,
by 2 or 3 games.
By 2 or 3 games, yeah, exactly. Like a 2 or 3 game stretch could really change your odds. Whereas the NBA is a lot different.
The NFL, you can get a guy, like we were making a joke. I made a joke about it because we said Nussmeier, there's not a big gap between Mendoza and Nussmeier. But,
I didn't even want to address that.
No, but Faraz.
That's what your dad said, yeah.
And I agreed with him on some level. But the NFL's like that, though. You can get a quarterback. You can get a Hall of Fame quarterback. I'm not saying Nussmeier's going to be that guy, but it happens all the time where guys fall in the draft.
That's like saying,
no,
because Jokic is the second round, you can
no, but what I'm trying to say, though, the NFL has more talent year to year in draft. The NBA draft, ask the Pistons if they could get Cade or the Hawks' number 1 pick.
I think it's more.
Who would you rather have? Because that's a huge swing.
You have way more lottery tickets in the NFL.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more darts at the board. It's like what your dad said about which team had like 13 picks or whatever. They had 13 picks, and your dad's like, yeah, they're just playing the odds.
I'm just saying though,
be a hit.
Yeah, like where the NBA, if you have more than 2 picks, it's like okay,
like the Nets kept older picks last draft,
but they do that because there's not enough talent.
Well,
the NBA draft
I think that was an inept decision on the Nets part.
And 3 guards and then a dribbling big man.
Yeah, like
my point is though, the NBA doesn't. You only get a Shaq, a Kareem, a LeBron. They don't come every year.
Correct.
It's a Wemby. It's not in the NFL. It's not as every year, but I feel like it's more often. You could get a Joe Burrow, you get a Matthew Stafford.
True. Well, the team building strategies are a lot different because in the NBA, your entire franchise can be transformed by one free agent.
It's 5 players on the court versus 11.
Mm-hmm.
So
on technically really 22.
Yeah, exactly.
So how the previous draft odds were? So the top 3 picks. Or top 3 worst teams, it was 14% each.
Yeah,
so it's going from 14% down to 5%. And then it just keeps going down. 4th highest odds, 12.5, 10.5, 9, 7.5, 6, 3.8, 3.7, 1.8, 1.7, 0.8, and 0.7.
This is just like they're just making it so complicated now.
I think
it's kind of weird.
I do think the NBA needed to try something. I do think they shot their load too early.
I think it's a big overcorrection because
and this is set in stone. This is final.
I mean, it's pretty
much final.
It seems like all the headwinds are in that seem to be trending in that direction.
Kind of like Vegas getting a team. It's technically not for real yet, but
it's all it's expected that it's going to happen.
Speaking of that, what do you want to see the team name of the new Las Vegas expansion team?
I'm going to skip out on this part. I'll let you guys talk about the team name.
I mean, I think gambling related's fine because now they have the Aces, so I feel like that's on the table now. So you can have.
I've seen the High Rollers.
Yeah,
terrible.
I
saw the Jokers.
No.
Yeah, imagine if they're bad. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like you can't.
I mean, if they're good, it could work.
What animals are associated with the desert?
Rattlesnakes, snakes,
scorpions.
I've seen scorpions.
I could see scorpions. That's not an awful name.
That's an old band name from the 70s.
Yeah, it sounds like a minor league basketball team.
I've seen the Outlaws, which we've already had.
Outlaws, yeah, Silver Bandits.
I don't like the Silver Bandits.
Well, it's because. I don't know how, and it would probably be weird with the marketing because you have the Golden Knights, even though...
Which they did drop the ball on that name.
It's a Silver State, So it's like I mean he wanted the Golden Knights. Bill Foley wanted the Golden Knights because he's from
Army. He just copied Army basically.
Yeah, West Point.
Stephon Castle's a beast.
It's offensive foul.
What they call it offensive there? I don't know about that.
It's rigged.
I don't know what to call it. It's tough.
Oh, it is Scott Foster.
It's rigged.
The NBA. I feel like the Aces would have been a slam dunk. I think that's a perfect name.
Intended. Yeah.
I think it's a perfect name. Let's get back into because we haven't talked about these other two series.
Yeah.
The Cavs Raptors that went to a Game 7.
Off of a RJ Barrett buzzer beater, which we reacted live to. That was unbelievable. What's up with the rims in Toronto?
The magnets and the rims.
The magnets, they
turn them on.
I think it's pretty well established. Just like we were talking about the draft lottery and the Vegas team, that the NBA they love the magnets.
They're in the entertainment industry.
Of course, yeah. It's like the WWE. It's just sports entertainment.
That was a great series, though.
It was an underrated series for
Very
sure
underrated.
because it was
entertaining. I shouldn't say great, entertaining. It felt like the Raptors were going to get smoked. They were down 2-0.
Mm-hmm. And by convincing
nobody really gave them a shot to do much of anything.
No, and even in the Game 7, it was competitive until the end. The Cavs kind of took control. But I thought the most for me, I'm biased, but there was some historical things that happened in this series. The Magic Pistons.
Oh man.
Pistons looked dead in the water, down 3-1.
Down by 22
Down by 22, Game 6. On the road. It's the biggest comeback in an elimination game in the history of the NBA. At one point in the game, the Magic missed 23 field goals in a row. I don't know what to say. I've never seen anything like it.
I didn't see a stat for this.
It was incredible.
Did any NBA team, or has any NBA team ever scored single digits in a playoff game in the fourth quarter? Because that's insane.
Well, the Celtics, they had
11.
They had 11, but they were on the fringe.
Yeah, they still played bad.
Yeah.
6 points in the fourth quarter when you're up by
No, but they scored only 19 and a half.
You know what's wild about that game, too? As far as bad, because this actually kind of touches on the other series, which is the Lakers and the Rockets.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
We'll get there, yeah.
Because as bad as the Magic played, and they scored 79 points, somehow that was not the lowest scoring team in an elimination, or not, it was the Rockets.
Yeah, as bad as the Magic played, the Rockets scored
played
less.
worse. Yeah.
There was some performances. It almost felt like they had to fire the Magic coach. I mean, he was pretty much done anyway.
He was dead man.
But then to lose in that manner, he had no chance.
I mean, most 8 seeds, if they take the 1 seed to a Game 7, I know they choked a 3-1 lead, but if an 8 seed takes the 1 seed to a 7-game series, that coach is getting praise. Jamal Mosley, like what Faraz said, he was a dead man walking. What did he say at halftime to these guys? Hey guys, you guys just saved my job, thank you. And they were like, yo, we gotta lay an egg.
You know what's crazy about that? What's crazy about that series. The Pistons did the same exact thing to the Magic in 2003, won and lost the same games.
Yep.
And the finishing ref for Game 7 was Tony Brothers. He reffed both Game 7s.
So you're saying history is repeating itself?
I mean,
or like Mark Twain says, it doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes.
It's a carbon copy almost.
So you guys are gonna make it to the finals and lose, right? And then win the next year?
No, we lost in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay, so you're gonna use the Eastern Conference Finals. Another New York team,
which
New York.
Happen.
All right, so Pistons, Knicks going to the.
Although I think that series will be more competitive. The Nets swept us that year.
Yeah,
we didn't have a chance.
But
I don't think we'll get swept by the Knicks.
So John, if history repeats itself, next year's your year.
I mean,
we'll know.
You never know.
Club Rats predictions.
It wouldn't be totally shot if they made a couple moves. If they got a Jaylen Brown, I mean, if I don't know, it's possible.
Think you guys are one piece away.
We're not that far away.
A secondary ball handler and a secondary go-to scorer. And Fernie Simons is a free agent. I don't know if you guys have the money for him, but he's somebody that would help out secondary ball handling and shooting and scoring.
What I think was big about that series for the Pistons, I think it was a huge confidence builder for Cade. Now, he got a little lucky in the sense to give the Magic side of it. Franz Wagner didn't play the last 3 games.
He was guarding well.
And I thought that was huge.
Oh, it's massive.
I don't think we win if he plays.
He's the second best player on the Magic.
His defense, and it was affecting the Pistons. Because the Pistons don't have. It's kind of Cade out there by himself dribbling the ball around,
100%.
looking for a shot, and I don't know. I don't think they win. We were lucky with that.
I mean, I felt like when Franz is out, as a go, the Pistons, here's their lifeline. And then,
and it was.
But I felt like the lifeline was gone after during Game 6. I was like, oh, well, they're down 24 in the third. I was like, this might be it. But then slowly, once it seemed like the Pistons smelled blood in the water, it was like, okay, this is...
The Game 7 felt like a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
You can't blow that type of lead.
Talk about like taking momentum away. They had zero momentum. They had zero things going
momentum.
For them.
Like it was... I mean, we were joking about it in the chat before. I was like, I felt like, that loss counted for 2.
Yeah.
Like, it just does.
Pretty much.
I don't know how you recover mentally.
I've been in games, I've been on both sides of that. I've been in games where we've been down 30, come back and won. We had a game against Foothill. We were up 20 and lost. Like, it's a weird thing because you see it happening, but you can't do anything to stop it.
Talk about Magnum Ball, right?
Yeah, you just know that it's rigged.
There is something.
Like there's no chance.
But there is something when everybody on a team. It's like when a team gets hot, everybody's making threes, and when you go cold and you see this guy miss a 3, this guy miss a 3, it just builds and builds. There's a human element to this sport.
Snowball.
And it snowballed. It got out of hand. Pistons won Game 1 against the Cavs
in pretty convincing fashion. I know the score wasn't outrageous or anything. I thought the Pistons took their lunch money.
I felt like the Cavs were not really going to threaten to win.
The Magic, the one thing I'll say about the Magic, they're an 8 seed, but they were a damn physical and a big team.
Yeah.
You could feel, I didn't feel like the Cavs were on that same physicality level.
They have 3 players 6'10" or above playing in the front court. Their guard is an old defensive guard, and Jalen Suggs, 6'4", big body guard that loves defense. Desmond Bane is the guy that doesn't play defense, but he's shaped like a rock. No wingspan. But to the Cavs series, fun fact for us, I know I told John about this, a third of James Harden's playoff games, he has more turnovers than field goals made. And Game 1 was another case of that. He had 6 field goals made and 7 turnovers.
He had 7 turnovers, yeah. And they were killer turnovers.
So 1 in 3 of his playoff games, he always has more turnovers than field goals made. Pretty insane stat.
That is
and
well said.
John is a big advocate of this because this is a big discourse online. The Wade versus Harden.
I don't get it.
Argument.
I just don't understand it. I think Wade is such an echelon above. I don't understand. And people look at you
in my generation.
He's got a bag. Yeah, he's got a bag with no rings in it. He don't win.
Yeah. So it's a big thing online because a lot of the younger people saw Wade in the end, and they saw James Harden
Prime
win
Wade, though.
Prime
beat
Wade.
LeBron in games.
Oh, I know, but these guys didn't see it.
He beat Prime Dirk.
Tyler Hero said if he didn't see it with his own eyes, he doesn't believe it. And that's like what these people believe in.
Wade's got 3 titles, 1 finals MVP.
I'd rather take a finals MVP than MVP in the regular season.
I mean, Wade's not a 3-point shooter. He definitely was like the last of that. I thought
like a old school combo, shooting guard.
I thought he played kind of like Michael Jordan a little bit. Not exactly the same, but that style. He was a great defensive player.
Yeah, he's the best shot blocking guard of all time. You guys know I'm not a Wade guy at all.
Clutch, too.
But that argument is so outlandish, and it shows in the biggest games, Harden does not show up. And we've seen this time and time again back in his Rockets.
Now we'll say this, he'll go on and hit 3-game winners against the Pistons now.
Hey, he's due then. But yeah, in his Rockets series, when they were up, they were winning the game, then they missed 26 straight threes. Speaking of, going cold and losing all momentum.
Yeah, that Rockets Warriors series.
Yeah. But it was just an insane
Who do you guys think wins the Cavs Pistons series?
Pistons.
I say Pistons in 6.
I'd say Pistons even in 5.
It could happen. I do think Jared Allen will bounce back. He got in foul trouble early. He's not an all-star big like Mobley is. Mobley will do well. Harden just needs to cut back on his turnovers, but I think their biggest problem, and the Cavs need to address this sooner than later. I don't think you could win with Donovan Mitchell.
He's a weird player because I watched that game closely and I didn't even really see him on the court. He just disappears at times. He didn't have a bad game.
No, he ended up having 22 points.
Yeah.
But he is a microwave.
He's a good player.
He had an okay game, and he is a microwave out there. He could go on a 4 or 5 minute stretch of just 3 after 3, dunk after dunk. He is a 3-level scorer, but he has times where he kind of gets lost out there, and that's the problem with having 2 ball-dominant guards.
Spurs look like they're going to win this game. I mean, it's early, but they're up 43-26. Their offense is rolling.
Wemby's looking a lot more like himself.
My comments for that game 1.
Damn.
Wow. I thought what was big for the Pistons, Duren didn't have a great game in terms of scoring.
What is he going to do now?
But he held Allen to 2 points.
Again, Jared Allen was in foul trouble. There's a little bit of an
But who got him in foul trouble, though?
Probably the whole team, probably Cade.
But that's a part. Well. I'm just saying, now, Duren looked better than any game he looked against the Magic.
100%. Duren led the Pistons in plus minus. And
that's huge.
I'm pretty big on the the number side of things. Plus minus isn't everything, but them winning by 11, Duren leading the team in plus minus says a lot.
I also thought Cade
needed that game.
Cade didn't play bad in the game, but I felt like he could turn it up a notch. Yeah. He could have a 40-point game.
He has one more year to go.
Yeah, I thought he just kind of cruised through that game. Whenever they needed to score, it was tied with 5 minutes to go, but he comes back into the game. He gets 3 lobs to Duren, basically. Gets him 3 dunks.
Yeah.
And hit a jumper, and it was just like the Cavs don't have an answer for that.
Y'all had the Duncan Robinson game. He had 19.
He had the game of his life.
Jenkins on the bench had, I think, 13.
Yeah.
So you guys had players that finally showed up because they didn't show up in those Pistons Magic games at all.
I thought the reason why the game was close, I thought Strus played great off the bench for the Cavs, and I thought Schroeder had some big plays.
Schroeder's had a
They played well. Those guys had I thought they had a good game.
He is the reason they lost in that game 6. He had that turnover
against the Raptors. He had a terrible play at the end of the game. It's funny. I love this about basketball, and it goes for the NBA or college. As soon as there's pressure, even like a physical, full court press, goofy things happen in these games. Late in games, it's entertaining to watch, even for all the way from college to pro.
I mean, we haven't really touched on the Lakers-Rockets series.
I want to get in the West.
Because I was like,
let's go into it. Let's do it.
I mean, that's what was it? Which game was it? Where the 6-point lead blown?
That was game 3. Basically, made it. That was to me was a series. Yeah, because it went from being 2-1 to 3-0. It was just.
And you had the game won.
They couldn't get the ball. They couldn't take care of the ball.
Man, LeBron. I know he has a lion on him. He looked like a lion studying his prey when Reed Shepherd got the ball in the backcourt, and LeBron got that game-winning steal. Well, I shouldn't say game-winning, game-tying steal. But then LeBron hit the 3 to go into overtime there.
For LeBron,
at 1 million years old with practically no.
I shouldn't even say line. Dinosaur.
Yeah.
It's amazing the guys that were number 1 picks after him that are retired, and he's still at times in any given game can be the best player in a game. In an NBA game.
He played great against the Thunder last night.
He didn't. No, he was 12 for 17. They didn't lose the game because of LeBron.
No,
he played fine.
They just don't have enough.
They don't have enough.
They don't have.
They need Luka. Now he's supposed to come back.
I doubt he comes back.
It says games after game 3 and on. That's what I read.
Maybe because he's.
I think he's going to give it a go.
He actually gave a statement, or I don't know if it was a report but he talked to somebody, and
I just want him to come back. It'll make it a better series, I think.
He had mentioned that when he got the MRI done on his hamstring, the doctor had mentioned 8 weeks before he returned. 8 weeks to take the course of healing. By that timeline, by game 3 it would be the 5-week mark. So that means he'd really be pushing it.
This just seems like Luka's world. He's injured. He hasn't played forever, and now you're going to be in a must-win Game 3 probably
against
scenario.
A juggernaut,
the best team in the NBA right now. It is a tough spot.
He went to
Spain,
and that's where his family is. So there's did he really get the surgery immediately, or did he hang out with his family a bit? Because obviously there's some.
No, he got the PRP platelet rich, plasma rich, the whatever.
I've thought about getting it. Rudy Gobert on the basket for a guy that's over 7 feet. He's awful at times. He just literally threw the ball over the rim. One hand. Just catch it and gather. What are you doing? I will say this for Gobert, though. We didn't talk about that series. He did a great job. I thought he did a good job against Jokic.
Yeah, we'll get to the Wolves Nuggets because that was
more on the.
I think the Wolves Nuggets was an unbelievable.
It was a good series.
Unbelievable upset given
crazy.
What happened.
You had the Bones Highland game. Crazy.
Yeah, and you lose DiVincenzo,
torn Achilles,
Sonmu, and Ant.
Oh yeah, and you had the Ayo DeSumo game. Yeah, that's what it was. It was Ayo DeSumo, and I think Bones Highland had a game where he scored 20. But I do think Rudy Gobert might be the only player in the NBA that could guard Jokic 1-on-1 like that.
He gave him problems.
The Nuggets actually.
Gordon was hurt too for the Nuggets. That hurt.
I don't know. The Nuggets, they're kind of in the Celtics. They're in the Celtics territory to me, where it's like you can't make an excuse for blowing that.
Oh no. And they have. I think
they were never up.
They were.
But I mean, like blowing it in the sense, blowing it in the sense of like they didn't have their entire backcourt. Minnesota didn't have their entire back. Like,
I mean, I agree.
Like, how do you lose?
Christian Brown's looking like the worst contract in the NBA right now. He looked bad, and he's had a bad year too.
Were you guys surprised that Ime Udoka didn't get fired?
Kind of.
I don't think he gets fired yet. I think he is.
I don't know how. You lose to the 7 seed last year.
They didn't have Luka or Reeves.
And
they got 3-0.
The Lakers.
It would have been a justifiable firing.
Houston was favored in every single game.
We got to get on this too, because I said this on the show last year. Durant is a cancer.
Absolutely.
His
burner
ghost account or whatever he had,
It killed it.
That they just never looked, and he didn't show up for one of the games. I mean,
it was in Houston. He was on the bench, was weird. And then the game 4, he was on the bench like laughing, joking. It looked like a PR thing.
He just doesn't do it.
Now his burner thing, he's kind of looking right about what he was saying.
Like, I know, but you're being wrong. Right. But you're on a team. You're trying to win. You don't say that.
You don't air that publicly. No. Or like if you have a problem, handle it internally.
Exactly.
And especially you're the veteran leader.
You're KD. You're supposed to be the greatest scorer ever.
You're supposed to be the guy that's like corralling the young guys.
You've won 2 championships before. Show these guys what it takes to win. It's just a bad look. I don't like it.
He's not a leader. It's clear. No. But I'm actually kind of stunned that Udoka isn't facing calls for his head. It's just like after this losing to the Warriors last year, so you lose him to a play-in team. I think losing to the Lakers this year is by far worse.
Yeah,
if he would have the Lakers
with no team,
Luke Kennard was going ballistic.
He looked like Ray Allen out
there. Yeah, he Luke Kennard was. One of my good buddies, he's a diehard Laker fan, and so we were always talking about it. And I let him cook when he loves his team.
Does he talk about Kobe's footwork?
If you give him, he could.
Laker fans,
but he's trying to talk himself into the Lakers beating the Rockets. I'm thinking they have no chance. And then he's like, "Oh, Luke Kennard's going to go for 20 plus." It's like, what are you talking about? Dude. And then he goes for 27. And then he goes for 22 the next game.
No, he was huge.
And then Laker fans love Rui Hachimura. They say he's one of the best scorers in the NBA. I have a bunch of Laker fan friends, and I got an argument with them about it. 'Cause they were like, Lakers in 5. I'm like, what?
I would have gave Udoka.
And now it's not insane.
It's not insane, yeah.
I would have gave Udoka a pass if, let's say it was a close game and LeBron did a LeBron thing and hit a game winner and
they decisively.
But that game was over in Houston, Game 6. They got blown out.
Yeah,
that the Magic when they did come to Game 7 against the Pistons. That the game didn't get out of hand until the end of the second half. The Pistons went on a run, and then it was just an avalanche. But they at least showed up. Lakers had 38 in the game. Yeah. He played a good game still. Nobody else played with him. Houston just looked dead.
The Lakers led wire to wire.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It was
the problem with Udoka is he has no offensive plan. His philosophy is calling players out, holding them accountable. But if you don't have a game plan, you're not X's and O's guys. Clearly, the guys on the bench aren't much of that either. There's no offensive game plan. The plan is give Sengun the ball and have him just do weird stuff the whole game long and flop and antics and this and that. They don't have shooting. They didn't address that. They were asleep at the wheel during the trade deadline. They could have made a trade for a Kobe White, for an Ayo Dosunmu. They didn't get any of these guys. It's not like the Wolves or Hornets gave up much either for those players. The Rockets needed playmaking. They needed ball handling. And Udoka is so reluctant to play Reed Shepherd because he's a defensive... he sucks at defense, essentially. So he'd rather have KD dribble on 5 guys and everyone else just standing around watching. And for him to be a defensive coach like that, you have 2 all-defensive players, Amin Thompson and Tari Eason, and you let Luke Kennard score 30. What is wrong with you?
What is Durant's contract? This game's getting ugly. Spurs are up 20. What is...
I'll check right now.
I was going to say, what did the Rockets do? There's no way you can bring...
You can't bring
Durant back.
No.
You can't.
You got to leave.
He signed a 2-year, $90 million contract, so he's on the team until 27-28.
But he's only on a 1 year left.
Yes.
So you could trade him.
Yeah,
who would he? I mean, Durant's one of those guys. He really is the ultimate. Like, you see him, you see the talent. He's one of the greatest players ever, one of the greatest scorers ever. But he is a bit of a cancer. How many teams does he have to play on where you kind of just see them underperform and fail in the playoffs?
Him being as great as he is on offense, and most casual NBA fans just care about offense. They don't care about the off-court stuff. They don't care about the defensive side. And Durant's not a cone on defense by any means, but the casual fan rides with Durant.
Oh, I mean, he's got the star power, but I don't know. He just, to me, I just don't see his 2 championships, and he's got 2 titles. They won back-to-back, but he joined a super team.
Yeah.
He joined a team that was 73-9. I mean,
even though they lost in the finals, but 73-9.
That had something to do with who they were playing against.
The GOAT.
Yeah, they lost to LeBron.
So what's next with the Rockets? I think Sengun is the problem. I do think it's Sengun. I know the KD drama is bad.
There's some Pistons people that want Sengun.
You see the problem.
Give him a new look in Detroit.
The one player.
I don't know how he would fit.
The one player Durant did not talk crap about was Amin Thompson. I know Amin Thompson can't.
Nobody talks crap about the Thompson.
We don't know that entirely because we only got a select clip of what he was doing.
I will say though, the Thompson guys, the one on Houston can shoot better.
Not really.
He's a better shooter than the one on the Pistons, but the one on the Pistons is probably better defensively.
See, I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say.
Did you see his rundown block last night? It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, but the other one.
I know. They're twins.
Asar Thompson is top 3 in DPOY, so he's first team all defense. Amin Thompson's gonna be second team. Now saying
he's not bad.
Not saying he's way better defensively. I wouldn't say that. I think they're 1A, 1B type of thing. But offensively, Amin Thompson does have the deeper bag. He's better around the paint. He's better at creating his own shot. You can tell Asar played more off the ball. But Amin Thompson, I think, is safe. From the looks of it looks like Tari Eason is safe. But I actually think they need to address the Alperen Sengun problem. I think he is the problem on the team.
He's a really awkward player. His game. What would be his comp? That's been a championship player.
There's none. There's never been a player like this.
Mehmet Okur.
And
see, I wouldn't say
that. Can Sengun hit
threes? In the ball. What?
Can Sengun hit threes?
He shoots them. I wouldn't say he
was better
them.
on defense.
I wouldn't say he hits them. He shoots them.
Mehmet, I don't know. I mean, I'm biased. He was on the championship Pistons team.
And he was good on.
He was a great player.
He was good on the Jazz.
He was great on the Jazz.
See,
he never had his personality. It seemed like everybody liked him.
The Kings being such a losing franchise. I would, if you want to run a similar offense but with a better player, I would try to buy the low stock on Sabonis and get rid of Sengun. The Kings would probably give up a pick with that.
That actually probably isn't the worst idea.
I do think Udoka gets fired, but I think they're trying to do different what the Knicks did. They're trying to see what coaches are actually on the market before they fire Udoka. Because if there's no other coaches really, because they're not going to hire Mike Budenholzer.
The risk you run is that the coaches you want are going to be hired by other teams. So I think Taylor Jenkins can coach, and he's already off the market. Yeah. And Billy Donovan.
Where's he going again?
Milwaukee.
Yep.
Billy Donovan, and
he has nothing right now. Didn't he resign?
Yeah, he left.
Yeah,
and so
the Bulls need a coach.
Orlando is looking for a coach, and so
Tibbs is on the market.
Tibbs and Billy Donovan are in kind of whisper.
Dusty May's been floated for that job too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they'll I think try. That's a long shot. They'll try. If you throw enough money at somebody, you might convince.
If
them.
I was May.
I wouldn't leave.
I wouldn't leave Michigan unless it was a better. I wouldn't leave for the Magic.
No.
I would. It'd have to be a better marquee job.
No, why would every coaching job across sports, you're getting hired only to get fired. You have a lifespan, but it's like you have a much longer lifespan in Michigan right now.
He could be a statue coach in Michigan, whereas on the Magic they could fire you in
2 years. Yeah, he could be gone.
Look how they treated their last coach. They just tossed him.
He could be gone.
Now, a coach for the Rockets, I talked to John about this.
The Pelicans are also hiring, by the way.
I would not like to coach.
Who's Joe Dumars hiring?
They're actually saying Jamal Mosley might be a candidate for them. It's just like
I could see James Borrego going there because I know he's been a name floating around. But for the Rockets job, the Celtics assistant coach Sam Cassell,
I think it'd be a good fit.
I think it is this time for the NBA job, a head coaching job, because he's been trying to get these jobs left and right. He tried the Laker job, JJ Redick got it. He tried the Wizards, like he's been shopped around.
And he won 2 titles with the Rockets.
He won with the Rockets. It would make sense. Now, if they're in a win now situation, I don't know if you want Cassell because he's not a proven coach. Now he is a championship assistant.
Well, but they haven't fired Udoka though, so it's not.
Yeah,
it's not even on the table.
I don't think he's getting fired.
I thought he would have been fired by now.
Yeah.
So that
what are they waiting for?
So that might mean the trades are going to happen. Because I was going to say there's probably going to be no trades. They're going to run it back with a similar team and just bank on Fred VanVleet being that missing piece. Because remember, they got Durant thinking VanVleet was going to be there.
And Steven Adams, like that. Steven Adams was a big loss for them.
And they got Clint Capella, which was funny because I was like, why do they have so many bigs? It ended up working out, but Udoka stopped running that like extra big lineup. Now, it worked because Sengun does not play defense. Steven Adams was able to be that brute down low, even with so little offense. Now, if Udoka stays, they're 100% making a trade. If Udoka gets fired, I think they're running back with the same team.
I don't know. I feel like Durant, they have to do something about Durant. Because after the burner controversy, I don't know how you can bring him back into that locker room.
Who would want Durant? What teams would be a buyer for Kevin Durant?
Yeah, that's rough. I don't know.
Does he go back to the Warriors? They just keep getting
that
older.
Actually, something like that.
See, if I loved Durant when I was playing basketball. If I was him, I don't think he should have ever left the Warriors. I thought it was the perfect place.
Durant won't go back to the Warriors if Draymond's there.
Oh yeah, and he actually.
I'm talking basketball style.
Durant,
I thought he fit.
Durant shot down going back to the Warriors last year when he was still with Phoenix.
I don't think he's going back there. I'm just saying, as a player, the way he played. Speaking of Draymond, he's on the panel.
Speaking of Dre,
what do you guys? I want to bring up. What do you guys think of his comments with Kerr? Saying Kerr kind of didn't totally use get his offensive game to max out. He was kind of blaming Kerr.
He blamed. He thanked him for winning, and then he blamed him for limiting his offense.
Yeah, like he kind of. Stunted his offensive growth, basically what he was saying.
I don't think it's probably not entirely untrue, in the sense of but that's the whole thing is you're playing on a team. So you have to fit into what works for the team's best benefit. It's not what works for the player's best benefit. It's like that comes secondary.
It's like what LeBron said to Kevin Love, fit in, don't fit out. And that's what and Kerr gave Draymond the shot to really start. Mark Jackson wasn't starting him. He was still rolling with David Lee.
And Draymond was an offensive facilitator. He was the
focal point of the offense.
Yeah, so if any
just not scoring.
He's not scoring, but you have the ball in your hands.
Yeah. I just thought I thought he looked like how Brown looked kind of stupid. I thought it was kind of a bad take just because if you're Kerr, you have Steph Curry, you have Klay Thompson. So any jump shot, I want those two shooting the ball. Yeah. And then when you even layer in their second tier of players they had, Barnes,
Iguodala.
Livingston, Iguodala, even a guy like Poole who he knocked out that year they won the title. Poole was massive for them. He had huge shots. He was big in them beating the Celtics.
100%.
And do you want Draymond shooting it over Poole? No.
Kevin Hart beat him in a 3-point contest during an All-Star game.
I don't know.
Some of these offense needs to go through me. I get these NBA players having their podcasts and their streams. Looking for controversy. This is the modern version of the 2000s NBA players making rap songs.
Speaking of the Warriors,
they're trying to get their name out.
Kerr, Draymond's flow to this? It sounds like it was Kerr's last season.
It seems like the more this drags on, they're having all these discussions. I feel like if it was over, it would have been over. But I feel like the fact they keep kind of commiserating and trying to work it out is it feels like they're trying to get away, to keep the train rolling.
Draymond's another guy who's kind of floated out there too. If he had to move to another team, he wouldn't mind playing for the Pistons.
Oh yeah, well he's a Michigan guy. Yeah, that makes sense.
Would he help the Pistons?
100%.
I think Draymond's the kind of guy he could probably help any team just from his intangibles. Only
teams with a star player.
I would say him
and Cade.
He would help Cade.
100%. Secondary ball handling, obviously defense, bringing that fiery nature. I mean, Draymond is kind of washed, but he's still an all defensive caliber player.
As much as he can be clownish at times, in the playing game, against Kawhi Leonard. He manned him up in the last 2 possessions of that game, stole the ball. I mean, he dominated Kawhi, which was impressive.
Yeah. 100%.
Not a lot of guys can do that. He took the ball out of his hands. So, he's a guy, I think Draymond's a quintessential type of player. If he's on your team, you love him. If you're playing against him, you hate him. He's kind of like a Bill Laimbeer-ish. He would fit the Pistons.
He
probably on some level.
Imagine him and Isaiah Stewart.
Oh my God.
Well, I feel like
that would be
fun.
Yeah.
Draymond's a guy that I feel like his biggest benefits also come on the intangibles and leadership side. Is he's going to be a guy who demands respect. Quite honestly,
I actually think could Bickerstaff keep him somewhat under control, because I don't feel like anyone in the Warriors checks him. He just runs wild. I think him and Isaiah Stewart could get into a fist fight in practice. Yeah, well, that's probably going to happen. At some point.
That probably happens for most NBA teams. These guys 100% are competitors. That's what was so weak about that Jordan Poole fiasco happening, that it got out.
See, I don't like that he did that, though.
No, it probably did happen, though. This stuff probably happened in the past.
But Poole's a young guy. You don't knock him out.
I don't know if he knocked him out.
You won a title.
Did you watch the film?
Yeah,
he buckled him.
I don't think he knocked him out. I think it got exaggerated.
I didn't like there. To me, as the older guy, it's like Kevin Durant. You're supposed to bring these guys. Poole's an idiot. Poole's famous for spending $1 million on a date with Ice Spice. So that just tells you
where his head's at.
Yeah, he went on a date with Ice Spice and spent $1 million.
It was something like that.
It's crazy, but. I don't think it hurt Poole's career.
It 100% did.
I mean,
he has not.
And it hurt the Warriors. You have to say this with Draymond. He ran KD off. Obviously, the Poole situation. Those are 2 guys. If they had those guys right now, they could still be competing. Or they could have competed for more championships within that time period.
Something.
It's a false story spread by Cameron.
Cameron?
Yeah.
Killer Cam.
Did you see him on ESPN?
Cam?
Yeah.
No.
He said if LeBron wins the title, he's tied with Magic because he gets 2, one for Bronny and one for him. It's kind of a great statement. It was good. Cameron's, I mean, he's...
Dude, I would love him on the podcast.
He shows up with a pinstripe Yankees suit on. It was actually a 6 suit. But he comes on, he goes after Stephen A., he goes after Perk. He was good on the show. He was entertaining, but he's ridiculous.
Oh, it's so good.
Let's get back onto the. Do you guys want to do the Nuggets T-Wolves? I mean, I don't think there was that was kind of a. I thought that was an end of an era to me.
Yeah, I felt like that was also potential. Like the Nuggets, they cannot run it back.
I thought the point guard
Murray.
I thought he was awful in the last game. He was 4 for 17.
So he's getting paid max money, and they finally got because.
But he was good all year.
Yeah. Oh, and he won him a champ. He was He was the second best player in a championship team.
They finally got him his All-Star. They've been saying he's one of the biggest All-Star snubs in the last handful of years, and he had a great year. But then in the biggest playoff game, really the series, he wasn't playing well.
It's kind of been the story of his career. When he's on, I mean, I've seen him go nuts in quarters, but when he's off, he just he loses it, and I thought he cost him the game, going 4 for 17 in the last closeout game. That was brutal.
I will say this again: Christian Brown might be the worst contract in the NBA. He's getting paid, I think, $125 million, like $25 million a year, something like that.
That's too much.
And he averaged 8 points a game.
I wish the Pistons re-signed Hardaway. If we had Hardaway starting and Duncan off the bench, I would actually say we beat the Knicks at that point.
I think Nuggets have a lot of holes to fill. To say the least.
What's that?
The Nuggets have a lot of holes to fill. Defensively, Jokic obviously still a top tier, maybe even best player in the NBA.
Oh, he's an MVP candidate level guy, and he didn't play. He had 28 in the last game. He played fine,
but he wasn't playing as well as we've seen Jokic play.
No, Gobert did a good job against him. As much as Gobert has been the running joke and everybody makes fun of him, he did a great job. Against Jokic. He messed up Jokic. It's enough to win that. If you can mess with Jokic, you're going to beat the Nuggets. Clearly, they did. And then, with backup guards.
And their bench was awful. And this Cam Johnson...
He was killer in that Game 6.
Yeah.
He missed a wide-open 3. He missed
they had Michael Porter
missed
Jr.,
a free throw.
He made it, right?
It's a big loss.
They gave up a pick to
exactly
to do.
They could have used Michael Porter. I agree.
I thought the Nuggets made a good trade, but this Cam Johnson... time frame is not working out. I think they got to move on from him quick.
One thing I'll say about all these NBA games too, it's kind of reminds me of the NCAA tournament. These guys are so good. they could play these series, and Boston would probably beat the Sixers. And I'm not. I don't actually. I think if they replayed back the Magic, I think the Pistons would win easier. I don't think it would go 7.
100%.
But these guys are so good. They really are toss-up type games.
Oh yeah.
It just cut away to Shaq smoking something. I don't know what he's doing.
He's on a.
Is
he?
He loves hookah. He loves hookah.
You and him would have got along, huh?
Probably. I went to this hookah lounge in Orlando. Years ago.
Oh my god.
Stem cell treatment on my teeth.
That's the worst foot I've ever seen in my life.
Shaq said, "I'm in Yugoslavia getting stem cell treatment on my toes."
That doesn't even look like a foot.
It looks like 3rd-degree burns of what used to be a foot.
LeBron's got bad feet too.
I feel like if you were running on a basketball court for work
40 years,
and
you weigh anywhere from 250 to 350, it's going to destroy your feet.
Damage. I was going to this hookah lounge in Orlando years ago, and Shaq was known to be a frequent patron because there's pictures of him all over the place. Yeah, he loves hookah. And
Jesiah, I think it's on ESPN now, but they did the going fishing segment. The Celtics won.
It's an all-timer.
It might have been the best one ever. It was phenomenal.
I saved it on my phone.
It's Diana Rossini in the Titanic pose, Vrabel holding her.
I like Wahlberg.
Affleck.
Office Jim. Affleck.
Matt Damon doing equations from Good Will Hunting on the boat.
It was
and then the boat's named SS Heimlich.
Because they choked. It was an all-timer.
It's amazing.
I mean, they're
It was a choke.
Greatest for a reason. The Inside the NBA crew.
Man.
Unbelievable work.
Bill Simmons was on there too.
Yes, he was on there. Your favorite, Faraz.
He is a great.
This Spurs series, the Spurs T-Wolves, it looks like it's most likely going to be 1-1. The Spurs are up 24 at half.
We have seen comebacks before. I don't know if the Wolves have enough this game.
I can't see the Spurs blowing.
Come back.
They're not the Magic.
I hope the series goes 7. Now that my Celtics are out, I just want good playoffs. I just want fun games. I hope it goes 7, but my heart says Spurs in 5. I think the reverse sweep is happening.
5 or 6. I feel like Minnesota will get one at home.
I think Spurs in 6.
Spurs at 6 is the safe bet. I'm going with a little bit of a kind of an upset. Not them winning, but them winning in 5 will be an upset for the Wolves.
Obviously, between the two teams, I think the Spurs give the Thunder a better chance. That's the series I want to see. I think that's the two best teams.
I think that's what everybody wants to see. Yeah. That's like the de facto NBA final.
Whoever wins that series will clearly be the clear-cut favorite to win the whole thing.
I do think the Knicks have a shot against the Spurs if they were to meet in the finals.
You would rather get the Spurs.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. It's an unknown team. I mean, they have never been there, so you have Wemby in that spot.
Well, and a young coach, never been there either.
And the Knicks have played the Spurs pretty well.
Better matchup.
Yeah, but it's a better matchup.
The Thunder, I
don't see anybody beating.
I don't like them because there's a little clip of SGA, what he was doing. Again, I don't think he shows up and plays basketball. It's just he's just trying to get a fingernail, touch his hand, and he'll awkwardly fall to the ground and get a foul. It was disturbing to watch. I mean, we were talking about how Harden did it, but I feel like Harden did it. It was more artful and graceful.
Yeah.
And I give James Harden credit for doing it. He was older. Like, he had to kind of change up his game to stay, to be still a great player in the NBA.
Yeah.
SGA's in his prime. I mean, it's working for him.
He's doing jumping jack, flailing arms.
It's just, I don't like it. I don't like it.
And the guy looks at him. I saw a great clip. DeAndre Ayton ran by him and looked at him, and Shea flailed his arms to like a jumping jack in the air and then falls on his ass.
It's not basketball movement. I don't know. It bothers me as a basketball player. I don't like it. Like, even Brunson doing it, at least he's small. Like, and that's not fair to say, why can he do it? And
the numbers don't match the narrative.
Yeah. What do you mean?
They don't.
With Brunson.
He doesn't get as many free throws?
No, he's he's not even in the top 20.
You can watch a Thunder game, SGA's going to the line 20 times. Well, how many times did he go to the line last night?
Okay, so everybody would assume that SGA is number 1 in free throw attempts, right? And he is.
Yeah.
Who's number 2?
Isn't it Brown?
No.
Oh, who?
this year?
Yeah. You guys you probably aren't going to guess it.
Cade?
Avdia.
Okay.
Wow.
And also, Shea only shot 3 free throws last night.
Wow.
But that's because the refs weren't calling.
And they didn't call the fouls. To the NBA's credit, I like that. They didn't do that.
They
didn't bail him out. They would have been BS calls.
Neither team went to the line that often.
And hopefully,
yeah.
And this is where I'll give the NBA refs credit as much as we think they're it's rigged. The extender with Scott Foster, I call Tony Brothers the Eliminator. They have all these names, but
it's on their,
I give the NBA credit. They told Shea, you're not getting those calls. Play basketball the right way. Hopefully they keep that up, and then he doesn't do it next game. He tries to play a more real integrity game. Play the right way.
Yeah. So my knock on the Thunder, I shouldn't even say knock. Obviously, I have a lean on not choosing the Thunder and being against them, but Shea's going to be MVP again, so they have the best player in the NBA. They probably have the best supporting role player cast in the NBA.
Well, they lose Williams, and it doesn't even matter.
It's not matter.
It just doesn't matter.
He's more worried about his fashion outfit on the bench.
Which I hate, the bell bottoms on dudes in 2026.
I didn't get to see it.
It was high-waisted, too. It was high-waisted bell bottoms, and he had a crop-top leather jacket.
I will say this, though.
Different generation. Wouldn't be me.
There's weird things going on in baseball. There's a guy, I think, was it the Dodgers or the Royals? Somebody hit a home run, and the guy kissed him after he crossed home plate. You got to see it. It's on Instagram. It was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, it's like, hey, whatever like the Cubs, when the Cubs won the World Series, they used to bump cups.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay. All
right.
But there's levels to it.
It's just dudes being dudes.
Yeah, I guess.
Bros being bros.
I'm not kissing somebody though after I hit a home run with tobacco breath.
Breath.
I mean, with not
chew.
I don't know.
Big league chew.
Yeah. Not my first choice.
Man. Good pass. See, that's Spurs ball movement right there. He missed that shot. Oh, and Wemby
just...
Some nonsense is going to happen.
Wemby is, I think, for our time, I put him in the... He's the Wilt Chamberlain of our time, or Kareem.
Dude. Oh. He jumped...
It was like he caught it in midair.
Yeah. Devin Vassell just caught the ball midair and shot the ball from the air.
See, watching this game, I agree with you. This could be a 5-game series. They may just...
Ant is still injured. Again, I give him credit for playing and trying to play, coming off the bench and believing in his team. They just don't have enough.
Going to Minnesota, too, really going anywhere in the NBA except Oklahoma City, I don't think there's really an NBA arena where these guys...
This is amazing.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. In stride.
You catching it midair and... Wow.
I do think the Spurs versus Thunder, though, that's got to be must-see TV. You have to watch every one of those games. It could be an all-time series.
And Wemby hates Chet.
Yeah.
He goes after Chet.
He does.
And Chet tries to one-up him, too. So I love that. I wouldn't say it's an even rivalry.
I don't say it's a rivalry.
Because Chet is clearly a tier below him.
Yeah.
But
it's a moment, Chet beat him. It would be...
And also... The Spurs do got the defensive guards to match up with Shea. Like, Stephon Castle's a top-tier defensive guard in the NBA.
Harper. They got guys they can run at him.
Yeah.
Multiple.
They match up well, and that's why the Spurs won the series matchups. Now, regular season is different. The Thunder could beat them in 4 or 5. Like, the Thunder are that good, but I do think it will go 7.
I think that's going to be at least a 6, possibly 7-game series.
The Thunder's biggest knock is they don't shoot enough threes. Everything's inside the paint. They got one guy that likes to shoot a lot of threes, and that's Isaiah Joe. Outside of that, they're kind of just go with the flow type of offense, whatever the defense gives them. Now, the Spurs, I think they got the firepower in the defense to match up well. What about you guys?
I agree.
I think in my mind, I think the Thunder are the logical play, but I think for the show, I picked the Spurs. So that's what I'm going with.
Well, anytime you have the best player on the floor, I know you just said SGA is the MVP and he's the best player in the NBA, but I feel like Wemby's entered that territory, the LeBron territory, where it's just like you can name whoever as MVP. It's like the best player in the league is LeBron James.
I think
and that was the case for years. It's like Wemby's that kind of guy now, where it's like if you want to give MVP to one player every year to the true best player,
Wemby's
it's just going to it's Wemby every year.
He also, this could be the Tim Duncan year. Tim Duncan won the championship his second year. They beat your Knicks. Sorry, Faraz.
I was you know.
I was into that because I followed that Knicks team.
Yeah,
that was like one of my first times remembering.
I was excited, but it was like you kind of knew that they weren't gonna.
But weren't the Knicks an 8 seed that year?
They were an 8 seed.
Yeah, they went a magical run.
Yeah, it was because it was a lockout year, so like some guys.
It was goofy.
Didn't come healthy. They were out of shape.
Duncan won that title. If Wemby wins the title this year, I think you could. I don't think it's crazy to say he could. You expect 3 to 6 championships. Like he could be in the ballpark for that.
Oh,
we are.
Sure.
I do think, bearing no injuries, Wemby could be a top 5 player when it's all said and done. Because he might have the Defensive Player of the Year award locked up for a decade.
Injury's the only thing that will stop him.
100%.
Which it's in play. He's very. I mean,
tall.
he's
when you're that big of a human being,
yes.
like yeah,
you could even
gravity is already working against you.
Even in game 1, he fell and like bumped his elbow. I mean, he.
Well, we saw it in the.
He's like
we saw it in the Blazers series.
Yeah.
He got a concussion. And he smacked his face on the ground.
A lot of people would say, "Oh, he needs to gain weight." I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing for him. Maybe a little bit. But
I don't think so. I think
for his style of play, I wouldn't say
like
so.
maybe 5 pounds, but you don't want to get too heavy because you can't move.
It's not a weight thing, though.
I know.
I think it's
just growing into his body.
When you're that tall, like you're just going to be more predisposed to be like.
Let me
want to put more weight
in my
on his
pathetic
ankles.
career of basketball. I just will, in comparison to these guys, I will say this: when I was in high school, for my position, I could bench like 225, which isn't a lot. But in high school, there's not many who can do that.
Yeah.
If you are stronger, I don't know what Wemby could bench. He probably can't do 225. If he could do that,
Durant couldn't even do the bar.
yeah. And basketball is a finesse game, so it's not football. Jesus, he just told the ball right out of his hands. But it wouldn't hurt him to get stronger at least. I'm talking 5 pounds of muscle. Going a little TRT, little test.
Not whatever Paul George was taking.
No. But he doesn't want to get too bulky. Remember Wink Adams for UNLV?
Oh, yeah.
He is like freshman, his sophomore year. He was built like a freaking linebacker, and he couldn't move. And it hurt his game.
Yeah.
You don't want to get too bulky in basketball. It's not good.
And the way Wemby plays, there's a lot of finesse there. If he gets,
he's the most skilled 7'4" ever, arguably.
Garnett never gained weight. He was always kind of skinny. He was toned, he was strong, but he never gained weight because his game was a lot of finesse and jump shots and post hooks, like close kind of shots that wasn't brute offense.
Yep. Anything else? I mean, so basically in the West.
Yeah, well, in the East, we go back. So we didn't say who's going to win each series.
Okay, go through it really quick.
So for the Cavs and Pistons, I do think the Pistons will close it out. I think they win in 5, 6 at worst. I have Pistons winning.
Pistons. I mean, like the Magic series put the fear of God in them, and they'll.
It toughened them up.
They'll cruise to the conference final.
I mean, I do really. Wow, what a shot! I do really believe in the when you should lose and you find a way to win. It usually does propel you to go on a run somewhat. But it was one game. Game 2 is huge. I think if the Pistons win that game, then they're in total control of the series. Obviously, they lose, then I might feel totally different about the series.
One game could change it all.
Game to game, so you can't overreact. If the Cavs get one game and it's 1-1 going back to Cleveland, then they're in good shape. I didn't like Cleveland's physicality. They looked like a step down, which for the Pistons... I will say this about the Pistons. If you don't match up with them physically, if they can kind of punk you or they're not afraid of you, they're going to bully you.
Yeah.
They'll keep trying to do that. I'll go Pistons. I think they win in 6 or 7.
And then Knicks series?
I thought the Knicks winning this game today was massive.
Yeah.
To go up 2-0. Now Embiid not playing. Where is he coming back for game 3?
So
I mean, we're in the vortex.
He only missed game 2 because of soreness, which I think that's.
Well, I mean, you can tell he is definitely.
Oh, he's not 100%.
He's not.
He never is. He never will be the rest of his career.
But I mean, I thought that the push off in the Celtics series where Maxey went into Embiid, I was like, when Embiid was limping and he was limping around the rest of that game.
Yeah.
I was like, I would not be surprised if. This is okay. He's hurt. Now he's going to be playing through stuff the rest of the playoffs.
And he already was. He always is.
Yeah.
So Frost, let's start with you for your Knicks Sixers.
Well, I think the Knicks are going to they should win the series. I'm not going to say that they absolutely will, but that's my prediction is that they will.
How many games?
6 games.
Okay, so you think Sixers win both at home?
No, I think they'll probably win one and then win one of the games in New York.
One thing about that series, I don't really think it's so close, Philly and New York. I just don't.
It's like an hour train ride, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could drive to the city. I don't think the home
travel is not a huge.
Just the way the Knicks won, I thought it was a big win. Wow,
that should have been a 4-point.
They did.
It is.
I think the Knicks win in 5.
Knicks in 5.
Yeah, I think the Sixers will have a game where they shoot lights out, and the Knicks will have a game they just don't play well. They'll probably lose a game, I think.
So, yeah, I think Philly will win one game at home, Knicks win the other, and then Knicks will seal the game
barring
at home
some
at 5.
Crazy, Brunson got hurt or OG got hurt. The injuries, an injury in a series can flip it.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately.
Yep.
And the Knicks' depth isn't looking as great as
they don't have any depth.
Yeah. I like their offseason, players that they got.
It's the same problem as they had last year.
Yeah.
It was just no depth.
That's why I think if the Pistons can squeak by Cleveland, we could grind you down a little bit.
I mean, they were in the first quarter, first half. The Knicks had Cat was in foul trouble.
Yeah.
So their backup center is Ariel Hukporti, who is
Well, he played because Mitchell Robinson was throwing bricks at the free throw line, so he tried.
They tried to shift it up, but then Hukporti got 3 fouls in 4 minutes. So
it's pretty solid.
Then they brought on Jeremy Sochan.
Use him or lose him.
Oh, he's gone. Mike Brown hates him.
Oh no, I was talking about the fouls.
Oh,
use him or lose him. And then in the conference finals, sounds like we'll have Knicks and Pistons,
which I think I think the NBA will love that. They're two.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Knicks market and the Pistons, it's not the biggest market.
And it's a number 1 seed.
But the Pistons are still they're not a bad franchise historically in the NBA.
No. It is their first playoff series win
since 2008.
Since 2008.
Yeah.
It's saying a lot.
No, it's good. I mean, people, Greenberg on ESPN, he said the NBA is better when you get a Chicago or a Detroit, obviously New York, a Boston, Philly. You want those kind of teams, basketball cities, to be in these playoffs.
Yeah. And then out west, we all have Spurs and Thunder. And
I feel like that's an inevitability.
I was worried about this series, but looking at this, to me, the Spurs, they could go to another gear. And the T-Wolves are beat up.
Extremely.
And it's kind of playing on one leg. Is that it for the...
Yeah, I
don't even...
Wraps
Thunder,
up, right?
Thunder and Lakers is
what's up?
I do think we should just talk about the draft briefly, in terms of the mock of it.
The NBA draft?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like DeBonsa is the number 1.
I agree.
When's the lottery? When's the NBA lottery? Because the NHL lottery already happened.
I think it's the end of May or beginning. It's got to be coming up.
It's in a couple days. It's May 10th.
So there you go.
And 4 days away from now, May 10th at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So
and that's always must-see TV because you could literally see history
it's
being
must-see, but we don't really get to see because the NBA
the balls are being fixed behind
that's
the
right.
scene.
Yeah, they're putting them in the freezer.
But they're fixing it right there. You'll see it. I think DeBansta, I saw him in person, 6'9", his poise.
Well, he's just... And
the way he can handle the ball. I think he's easily the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
He also, I like his attitude. He seems like he's going to be a great franchise player.
He wants to play basketball. He wants to play the game.
Like comparing him to Drew Peterson, the Kansas player.
Darren Peterson.
Who's Drew Peterson? Is that the murderer? The guy who killed his wife?
That's Scott Peterson.
Scott Peterson.
Yeah. He tried for parole too.
Hell
He's
yeah.
he's innocent. No, I'm just joking.
We always have one of those every show.
Yeah. There is a Drew Peterson, and he's also a convicted murderer.
So there you
go.
How
many Petersons are there?
Oh yeah, I remember this guy. He was a police sergeant, and he killed his ex-wives.
Sounds like a great guy.
Ex-wives?
Yeah, because I think there's
multiple?
multiple. I think, yeah.
Wow.
DeBansa, though, to me, he's the only thing I'd say about him, injury could affect him. If he's not injured, I think he's a Hall of Fame prospect.
I agree.
Oh, yeah. I'd say so.
And if his jump shot, he's not
a good shooter, but he's
good
not
mechanics. Horrible.
No, but he has good mechanics,
and that's the one facet of the game that you can most readily improve on. You can't teach the physical aspects.
He's also a great shot blocker too.
Yeah, because he's a freak.
Yeah.
He's an athletic specimen.
The only thing I'd say for him that is unfortunate, he might be going to the worst organization in the NBA, or one of the worst. The Wizards are just horrendous.
Actually, I don't know.
No,
historically, I'm saying.
I got Faraz to drink the Wizards cool.
I feel like
I correct that.
No, this team could be something.
I was happy about the
I'm
team.
just saying historically, the Wizards have been. They haven't won. How long was the last time they won a title?
70s, the 1970s.
When they were the Bullets.
Yeah, when they were the Bullets.
Yeah, was that 72? 74?
It might have been, or somewhere around there.
There was a really bad Bullets Mitchell and Ness jersey. There was some player on the. It was like they put it as a Bullets.
It was probably a Wes Unseld, right?
No, Wes Unseld was great. It's a bad.
Oh, it was a bad Bullet.
Bad Wizards player, but they re-put the jersey in a Bullets uniform.
Larry Hughes?
God, it was bad. It's on the website, but we all agreed DeBances won.
I'd say so.
Now,
I think Pearson's going to.
And this has Boozer.
I think. Well, I think after DeBonce, it's really going to be down to fit. What team? Is picking
Indiana. I don't think they're going to want to deal with Peterson's antics. It's a Larry Bird, Rick Carlisle. They're going to want to know if he can play.
And I feel like also
Pearson would fit better with that.
His game, but his personality to me.
If the Pacers get the second pick, they're going Pearson because he fills.
I think he's the better player.
They got Zubac and Siakam at the 4 and 5. If they have Boozer in that mix, those three cannot play together.
And I think Peterson has more upside than Boozer.
I agree.
Oh, I think that's pretty. That's a pretty.
Fight happening here. Castle and was it McDaniels or Highland?
Bones.
This game's getting a little chippy.
That's what happens in these blowouts. Just don't get hurt.
Did anybody leave the bench?
And let me say this about Boozer.
They've also lightened that rule a lot. It's not like Stern's league where if one player steps a toe on the court, you're
the biggest game of the year. You can't play.
The Suns Spurs. That is like one of those moments that that might have costed. Oh, that's actually that's Castle. Castle looks like he kind of initiated that.
He pushed off.
It was both of them. I mean, it's just pushing.
Let me say this about Boozer.
Yeah, what's up?
We're kind of bagging on him. His game. He was. I mean, you talk about consistency as a freshman. He basically came in every game, 25 and 10.
Yeah, I think we figure out the fun fact stat. He was the first player since Larry Bird to have 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists or 4 assists. I mean, as a freshman,
he delivered. Now, I don't. The way he played. I don't think he's gonna be able to do that in the NBA.
No, he's not gonna be.
He can't dribble down from the top of the key into the paint and shoot a layup. You're not playing against TCU in the second round.
His playmaking capabilities, I do think, are a pretty underrated attribute of his.
I think his personality,
Carlos Boozer did not have in his game.
I think his personality and his
coachable.
maturity. I think a lot of NBA teams are going to like that.
Yeah, because he's coming from an NBA household. That makes a difference.
He's going to give you everything he has.
Boozer wasn't the best teammate out there. Wasn't he one of the infamous 6 Cavalier players of we don't need LeBron?
He did say, he was kind of down on LeBron, and that changed
Miles.
immediately.
Yeah.
We got Darius Miles. We don't need him.
Yeah.
And then he went to Utah.
Yeah. Okay, so we think whoever doesn't go 2 is going to go 3.
Well, actually, there is talk about Caleb. Now this is being
Wilson.
This is a top 4, a big 4 draft, not a big 3. Because Caleb Wilson is actually kind of considered to be that.
Does he have more upside than Boozer?
You
could argue he's certainly more athletic.
And thing is, it's not like he was producing too. He was a 20 and 10. He was 20 and 10 guy as a freshman.
Carolina Baby Blues.
Faraz wants him to go top 1. Is there anything else we want to add on?
Who would you guys, as a Celtic, who do you want? And then ask who the Knicks.
The Celtics are in the lottery, right? I mean, they just tanked the season.
So that's what's unfortunate.
The guy in the show he wanted Mara.
Mara, that's what I was going to say. There's
what pick do they have though?
27.
Oh, but
that's in the realm
no, but
possibility.
Mara's projected to go 20th.
I haven't gone 11 right
it
here
could
to
be,
the Warriors.
That could be, huh?
They haven't gone 11 to the Warriors,
which could happen too.
It could.
See, I just think Mara's.
If the Celtics get Mara, I'm buying a jersey.
He's not going to be there. I just don't think he's going to be there. I mean, I think he'd be great for you guys, but he's not going to.
I don't know too much where the talent's going to be in the late 20s. It's kind of like after the lottery, it's kind of fit at that point and just random upside picks.
That would be a great pick for the Warriors.
That's a fantastic pick.
And I think Mara going to any NBA team. I'm not just trying to be biased because I like their players. They obviously won.
He fits the passing though with them.
Mara fits the modern NBA game. 100%. He blocks shots. He's willing to shoot the ball.
I think that's Celtics homerism. I don't think he's going to be there at 27. I think that's
no. It was more so them trading up. Around 20.
If they made him that changed it. But just him falling.
No, he's not going to.
I just don't see him falling. I mean.
You might need to go on. This is
Ray Allen.
Big clearance, $180.
It's probably small.
It's probably only won him a championship, but
any jersey on clearance they only got small.
2XL.
I can't fit that.
I would just.
That's actually not.
I'm gonna be sleeping in that.
2XL is this.
It's this brand though, so it's gonna be.
2XL is like this size.
I do plan on going on a diet, so I'm gonna lose some weight again.
That's a great draft.
No, this draft is loaded. At least in the first round. Second round, talent's but like Caravan will be there in the second round. He's a good.
This has Acuff going 5 to the Kings. Fleming's going 6 to Memphis.
Who's around the mid to late 20s? If you want to name a few players.
Well, here's another fun one because you're a big fan, as me as well. Lendenberg going to the Thunder, which.
Oh my god,
that's a great freaking. I mean,
it's a great fit.
I might have to buy a Thunder jersey.
He would fit perfectly with them, just on paper.
Yeah,
I mean,
which pick is that? Because I saw him going to Miami 12. At 11.
That's 12.
Okay, yeah, I saw mock drafts of Yaxel going,
and that's
to
the Clippers
Miami.
Pick.
Yep.
Wow.
But hey,
another game.
The Clippers could jump too. The Clippers might not be there.
This is a great draft.